This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
New tonight, the FBI believes this man, a former police officer, is a serial sex offender who preyed on the people he arrested. Now the FBI has set up a hotline for additional victims to come forward. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Marcellus Blackwell is now facing 21 felony charges. Christine Byers spent time talking to federal prosecutors and agents today, and she's live outside the federal courthouse to explain why authorities think more victims are out there. Christine.
Mike and Kelly, after news of the first victim's case broke in June, 7 more victims came forward with similar accusations against this former police officer. Marcellus Blackwell joined the North County Police Cooperative on May 31st of 2022. Police say between November of 2022 and June of 2023, he sexually assaulted 8 out of the 80 men he arrested or detained while they were handcuffed. Blackwell recorded some of the alleged assaults on his cell phone, and police are still trying to identify some of the victims in the videos. Police say Blackwell tried to convince some of his victims that he would drop their cases if they cooperated with him. He's accused of following one victim to a court hearing in Illinois and threatening to charge that man's wife with a crime. Assistant United States Attorney Christine Krug says some of the 21 federal charges Blackwell is now facing carry sentences of up to 40 years.
Everything about this investigation stands out in my mind. Society has a right to expect more from people who are sworn to uphold the Constitution. The defendant in this case took his actions, obviously as indicated in the indictment, while his victims were not able to defend themselves. They were handcuffed.
Now, at this point, police believe all of the victims are men, and they say that Blackwell was a truck driver before he ever became a cop and has little, if any, ties to this area. Now, that FBI hotline number is 314-589-2682. Live outside the federal courthouse in downtown St. Louis, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
Today we learned a man charged with crashing into a teen, causing him to lose both legs, will go to trial next year. Police say Daniel Riley hit Janae Edmondson in downtown St. Louis earlier this year. The Tennessee teen was in town for a volleyball tournament. A jury trial for Riley is set for March 4th.
Hours ago, the CEO of SSM Health broke ground on a new campus for Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital.
St. Louis's second largest children's hospital is getting a whole new look and a new location. 5 on your side's Tracy Henson is live near Grand and Choteau, where the new hospital will be located. This is such big news, Tracy.
It really is a huge announcement out of the hospital group. Now, you will have to use your imagination for now and the next few years, but that grassy field behind me, by 2027, it's going to house the brand new 14-story children's hospital.
A parade of kid-sized construction equipment started off an afternoon of celebration for SSM. emceed by our very own Ann Allred.
I am always honored, humbled, and grateful when Cardinal Glennon asked me to be a part of these amazing events.
And what an event it was. The oohs, ahs, and applause for a Lego model of the new Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital.
2, 1, dig!
Current and former patients, surrounded by their favorite caregivers, broke ground on the new hospital.
I'm proud that I got to be a part of it and that they picked me to even be able to do the shovel.
Jimmy got to use the same shovel from the original Cardinal Glennon groundbreaking in 1953 and the St. Louis Cathedral in 1907.
I'm just thankful that Cardinal Glennon does all this for all these kids, because if it wasn't for them, you know, I might not be standing here today and all these other kids might not be.
When Jimmy was 9, he spent months in the hospital in need of a heart transplant. And thanks to a donor, he got one.
I wanted to have Christmas at the hospital because all the nurses and everything, they were like my family. So all the nurses are like angels.
And while the new hospital looks nice, he is going to miss the old one.
I love the old hospital. I'll probably miss the old hospital a lot, to be honest with you.
As for what the future holds for the current campus, we turn to SSM Health CEO Laura Kaiser.
Part of it will come down. The inpatient tower will come down, but we have some newer parts of the facility that will remain that are outpatient, and we should open in 2027.
Now, no word on how much the new hospital will cost, but the fundraising campaign will continue. The new hospital will be paid for through donations from the community and through the SSM Health Fund. In St. Louis, I'm Tracy Hinson, 5 on your side.
Well, today we learned that the two springtime pro football leagues, the XFL and the USFL, plan to merge. It's not an official merger yet. The two released a joint statement saying it still has to go through regulatory approvals. We don't know yet exactly what this will mean for our St. Louis Battlehawks or any of the other XFL teams. We're expected to learn more in the coming weeks.
It is another warm night around St. Louis. Let's check in with Weather First meteorologist Jim Castillo. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Kelly. Yeah, 82 degrees still at this hour. Now, there's a warm front near us, so Scotty and I were talking about how the clouds are kind of coming back in spots, and there's a chance of a late night sprinkle, but probably not everybody's going to see that. Also, areas of fog in the morning hours. Otherwise, we're going to get into some heat, and even hotter than what we got to today, which was 83 and well above average. So there's a warm front. That low that kicked off those storms on Tuesday is pushing on to the east. It's 82 degrees right now, and that humidity at 45%, partly cloudy tonight, and that chance of a sprinkle. Also some areas of fog. And the Cardinals are playing tomorrow night. Really warm weather for that. Much more in our forecast, and that possible record heat this weekend.
Okay, Jim. Following massive hail in Wentzville, solicitors are making their rounds, and while some of them are legit, some viewers tell us they're worried about getting scammed. Justina Coronel breaks down tips and tools you can use.
Tuesday's storms involving hail left some damage on roofs, cars, and homes. And now the mayor of Wentzville is warning people about potential scammers.
Mayor Nick Caccioni said residents have been reaching out with their concerns, and the city of Wentzville has a process in place to protect them. The city licenses solicitor badges. Wentzville City Clerk Catherine Bowman shared a contractor should not be door knocking, asking for your business. They can leave hang tags on the door as long as they aren't making direct contact with a homeowner. If you see someone walking around, they should have this yellow solicitor badge. This requires contractors to directly work through the city, go through a background check, and get approval to roam around. Bowman said there are some exceptions.
If a resident comes out and starts talking to them, then that's okay. There's nothing that we can do about that. And if a contractor who does not have a license and he's just at your neighbor's house, processing their damage, and you say, hey, can you come over here when you're done, then that's okay.
State Farm has deemed this a catastrophic claim. Now they estimate that a new roof, a new siding could cost around $10,000, ballpark range. But of course, this is a case-by-case situation. Reporting in Wentzville, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.